I want to talk about data cards today, but before we do, I just wanted to say thank you if you watched my last video, which was the first video on this channel. I wasn't sure I was going to make a second video. I still don't know what this is, but you were all just so nice to me, and it performed better than I ever could have thought it would for a first video. So thanks for all the support and the likes and the comments and the views and even some subscribers. I just really appreciate it. You all were so nice. So here's a second video of just a guy in a room talking about Kill Team, because I love Kill Team. So let's get into talking about data cards, and thank you. So today was a pretty big day for Kill Team. I'm shooting this late Monday night, and this morning all the videos were dropping about talking about the those who got an early copy of the Octarius box, and they were talking about the rules and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a big day. I'm glad I didn't film last night like I planned on doing, because a lot of it came out today, and I was going to do something different, but I'm doing this instead, talking about data cards, because I don't know about you, but I really love the Krieg models and the Commando models. They're awesome. They look great. But I don't want to watch another video or hear anything else about them. All I want to know about is the dang compendium. And I got excited today because I thought, we were going to get that too. But I think I heard that maybe Saturday the compendium will be people will be talking about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just here in my room talking to this camera about Kill Team. But so that's all I want to know. I just want the sweet data cards in the compendium. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I've kind of loosely categorized them by wounds-ish, even though I know that really isn't a great way to do it. But there's some data cards that I'm excited about. And I don't know about you guys, but that was my favorite part. All the Warcom articles, some of the Warcom articles were good, but I really want to know about those data cards. So let's just go ahead. I'm going to shut up and let's look at some data cards. All right, so starting off here, I'm kind of going to group these within little brackets. And so starting off with the Pox Walker, right? So we have 7 wounds because this is the 7 wound bracket. And 6 up save, disgustingly resilient on a 5 up. On a movement of 4 inches. So if you're jumping over, vaulting over some cover, that's going to be a 2-inch move, which is pretty sucky. But with a fire team of 8 of these, that actually kind of sounds pretty scary. A cluster of 8 with 5 ups. That 5 up feel no pain, or they feel no pain. They disgustingly resilient, and so I think Death Guard. It was always pretty decent. I think they're going to be. I think they'll pretty. My guess is that they would be top tier. Who knows, right? But they look really good to me with that. They got the wounds up there with a on par with other Marines, and with if you want to run these little idiots that you can do that, and so pretty solid. I think Pox Walkers. I didn't like him in last version, but they seem pretty decent. Despite being so slow, extra slow. I think pretty solid. Next up in the 7 wounds category is the Neophyte Hybrid Gunner. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Gene Stealer cults. If you are, my brother is. I hope that you get your time to shine in Kill Team 2021. I will actually, more than I am interested in this, I'm interested to see their heavy weapons and even their like rock cutters and all that kind of stuff that were like game breaking if you could get them into combat in an old Kill Team. So I wonder how those are going to be this go around. What interests me in this one more than the model itself is the grenade launcher. And grenade launchers, I don't think I ever got a kill in old Kill Team with a grenade launcher. But now I'm actually pretty interested in this. It seems fairly reliable. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And the Weber, of course, you get some, real kind of cheesy, cool stuff going on there. So cool. 7 wounds, 5 up save. Gene Stealer, it's gonna die easy, but I think with the buffs to the grenade launchers and stuff like that, I think that's a pretty solid model. I like that, and I also like it because it gives me an idea of what a guardsman gunner, those weapons will look like. So pretty solid. Again, Gene Stealer cult. I hope that I hope that you guys will have your day in the sun finally. So. Here's a scary 7 wounder, Skitarii Ranger Gunner. There's just, I'm not even going to go through it. There's just AP all over the place. There's stun, there's mortal wounds, 4-up save. You know, they look pretty solid. So yeah, I would imagine with all these, you probably couldn't take a ton in a fire team, as you shouldn't, thankfully. But dude, they look pretty scary to me. So good for you, AdMech players. So next up in the 7 Wounder bracket is probably my favorite of the bunch is Sister Rapincha. Man, these models are so dynamic and just the sculpts are so cool. And the giant, penitent eviscerators they carry around look pretty scary. And what does it have? It's got Brutal as a special rule and Reap 2. And I think Reap 2 is like, mortal wounds that, hit on maybe a crit or something, I don't know, on, models within 1 inch of the target. I think that's what it is. And then I think Brutal is on a charge, you can only parry with a crit. So there's just a lot going on here. 6-up save, not that great, but they do have Solace and Anguish, which is kind of a 5-up Feel No Pain, which helps out. 7 wounds though, I mean, these things are like, a beat stick, but they're not going to survive. But they're just so cool that I'm definitely going to run them. I have some built now, and I'm going to build some Sisters of Battle later on too. So these look great. The models look great. I'm excited. I think a bunch of these, in a little swarm, would be like super terrifying. So very cool, like it. And these would be great, I think, would be probably a good melee counter. I know melee is going to be pretty swingy to a giant pack of Pox Walkers. Get all those mortals going off on that bunch. That'd be pretty cool. Now, moving up, somewhat disappointingly, in my opinion, to the Tempest Trooper variant. I love Scions. I don't know why. There's some models that I love, and I love the Scions. I love Tempester Prime. Tempester Prime? Yeah, Tempester? I think he's a Tempester. I don't know, the guy with a power fist. He was my favorite model in an old kill team to run for Imperial Guard. So, but this is the Trooper variant. Hotshot Lasgun. She's got no AP on it, which is so disappointing to me. Because that's kind of its thing. It's it's not just a regular Lasgun, whatever. It's kind of I think this is a bolter profile now, so whatever, that's fine. You get a 4-up save, which is better than a guardsman. Only 1 more wound. This whole 8 wounder category. They say that 1 extra wound will help out a little bit when it comes to maybe not getting one-shotted so easily. So a little disappointed personally, but once you have your special weapons and your Tempester, I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, so Next up, in the 8 wounder category, is the almighty Kroot Carnivore Warrior with 8 wounds, a 6-up save, but Masters of Camouflage gives you, while in cover, it has a save characteristic of 4. Does that affect its, I guess it would be save, yeah, so instead of going to a 5-up, it'd be a 4. Well, that's pretty cool, if you stay in cover the whole time, but, it's kill team, there's cover everywhere. Kroot Rifle, looks like a worse bolter. That's okay. Better than the last gun, so good for them. And rifle blades seem okay, right? So, cool, man. Cool. My brother's actually getting a Kroot team ready for the new kill team. He's hopeful. I don't know if I am. Depends on how many you can take in a fire team and all that. But if you're a Kroot person, maybe now is your time. All right, next up on the 8 wounders, probably my favorite of the 8 wounder category here, right? Harlequin, the player. Boy, these things look scary. All depends on how many you can take in a fire team for me. But, you got a 6-up save with a 4-up invuln, which, I mean, that's pretty decent. As far as invulns go, can fly, automatically pass jump tests, all the jumping you're going to do. Harlequins are very jumpy, I'm told. And so I'm definitely going to get a couple of boxes of these. I just need to know how many you need for a kill team. Is it going to be, 7? Is it going to be 10? Who knows? But boy, all these weapons, you're rolling 5 dice on every single melee weapon. That's pretty impressive. And all the stats are decent, man. Even the lowest end, the Harlequin's Embrace, with a damage of 4/5. It has that brutal keyword, so on a charge, you only block it with a crit. And then the Harlequin's Blade is balanced, which lets you reroll a hit dice, I believe. So those are all really good. And most things hit on 3s. The Caress hits on a 4. This is all good stuff. So if you're a Harlequin player, man, as long as you can take enough, players to really make it worth it, these guys seem pretty scary to me, and that's cool. Like that a lot. Definitely gonna get into these. So I would rate this 8 out of 8 wounds for whatever that is worth. Really cool. All right, moving on up by 1 itty bitty wound to 9 wounds. The fan favorite 9 wound category. So got a bloodletter here for the fighter variant with a Hellblade. Looks pretty scary. 4 attacks, 3 up, 4, 6, and lethal 5 up with a 5 up invuln. And 9 wounds. This seems pretty solid to me. This seems like a pretty solid take. I like what I see. Depends on how many you can take. But my guess would be these would be pretty decent for taking out your we would call them Marine equivalents anymore. Just kind of your big boys, your tough boys. These seems like they might be pretty good for taking those out. So, so cool. 9 wounds. Like it. Up next, I'm not happy about this. I don't even like talking about this, is a Necron warrior. But what I am happy about talking about is that they only have a movement of 4 inches. Just kidding. I do love all the Necron players out there. I just don't love playing you sometimes. So what I'm interested in here, all their weapons look pretty decent. Gauss Flayer, it's a bolter. They have a bayonet, which is whatever. But abilities here is living metal. So in the ready operative step of each turning point, this operative regains up to 2 wounds. So does that mean that reanimation protocols are not a thing on warriors? I don't know. But 9 wounds, 4 up save, pretty solid. My guess is people would probably be parking these in the back line a little bit with that movement of 4 inches, which is, boy, it's tough. But who knows? Just march them up the field slowly and shoot anything that moves. I'm not a big Necron guy personally, but good for you, man. Looks okay if you're okay with moving, at snail speed. So, whatever. So, here we are at the 12 wound category. And what an intense bracket this is. We got the Marines now, folks. So, starting off with the Plague Marine, Heavy Gunner. Now, I haven't seen many Heavy Gunners here. That Blight Launcher, AP -1, 4 dice, 3 up. 4 damage, 6 on a crit. I love me some Blight. I love to launch some Blight. It was disgustingly resilient, and other than the effects of battle scars, cannot be injured. Again, super slow, 4 inches, but man, I think that the Nurgle boys, I think that Papa Nurgle will really be a standout in this new kill team. Seems like they're gonna be hard to shift as always, but now they have 12 wounds like all the other Marines, which is kind of like 2 wound equivalent, so good for them. Good for Papa Nurgle. And these guys look pretty solid. Here we go. Chaos Space Marine. Gunner. 12 wounds, of course. Marines, 3 up save. All this kind of stuff. Melt-A-Gun. Let me just talk about this whole, red pentagon range for a second. I hear that it's not as bad as you would think, but boy, you got to get up within 6 inches to get a decent shot off, or any shot off for that matter. And so pistols, flamers, meltas, pistols, all working off that 6-inch range, really seems like a buzzkill to me. I love pistols, and 6 inches just seems like a real kick in the pants. I don't like that. But as always, gunners look good here, man. They have their fists, which is as good as a bayonet, I suppose, a little better. And I would personally just be taking the plasma on this guy. I haven't played anything. I know nothing, but 6 inches seems like a real buzzkill. So, actually built a aspiring sorcerer this week because I figured, I could build him. And pretty cool. First experience with Chaos Marines, and pretty sweet. Something that we haven't seen that I really want to know about is the Heavy Bolter. I love a Heavy Bolter. Haven't seen one, so But anyways, Chaos Space Marine, good. Here we go. One of the only Marines that we have seen, regular Marines, is the Reaver, who looks like he actually may have a fair chance, a fair shot in this world now. With bolt carbine that looks fine, bolt whatever. Special issue bolt pistol. I have a feeling now, not on these, actually Reavers. Here I have a theory. I think that Reavers and Assault Intercessors will be pretty solid. With the chainswords, I'm assuming the chainsword, Astartes chainsword, whatever it'll be called, will be balanced. So you get that reroll of dice, helps to be reliable. And you know that special issue bolt pistol has AP -1. Again, only at 6-inch range, but AP -1. Boy, I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's gonna be pretty sweet. Even though, you know, but I would count these guys as melee units with a bonus little fun pistol. So the idea of, you know, getting within 6, boom, popping a shot off, and then charging in, if that's how it works, seems pretty cool to me. So Reavers, hey, good for you. But I do really want to see Assault Intercessor's profile, and then also the Tactical Marine, and all the weapons that we can take on a Tactical Marine. Probably what, Gunner, and then a Tactical Marine Heavy to get that, you know, heavy bolter action going on. But yeah, anyway, so Reavers, looks like you might not suck this time. Congratulations. And boy, oh boy, the almighty Custodian Guard. Warrior, 18 wounds, 2-up save. He's a bad boy. And, you know, Guardian Spear looks dope. Everything looks dope, except I can't imagine a world where I would take the dumb sword and shield over the Guardian Spear. Just, again, I have yet to see, I've yet to play or touch or hold any rules, anything. I just don't see the value in a 6-inch, you know, range weapon. So I would probably go, actually depends. If you're going 4 total, might take 1 shield guy to run them up the board real quick. And then, but if I'm only taking 2, if I'm taking 2 Custodes and some Sisters of Silence, I'm probably going Guardian Spear all the way. But solid. Again, 4 action points, and boy oh boy, I think they're going to be pretty tough to shift. And boy, a really nice change that they can go up to 4 Custodes in a team now. So they fixed that, which tells me that they care. They do care. They love us. They care about us. So yeah, looks good, like it, fun for everyone. Nice. Except for those who have to fight them. That doesn't seem fun. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how you're going to kill one of these things. I have no clue. Get lucky in combat? Swarm it with a bunch of Pox Walker? I just don't know. I don't know how you're going to kill this. You might definitely, like always, outplay it, right? Out win the points. But, boy, good luck killing this thing. Good luck. All right. I think those are all the data cards that I wanted to talk about. This was not an exhaustive list by any stretch or a deep dive, as I'm sure you have already figured out. But, I love Kill Team, and I want to talk about it, and I guess this is how it's happening. So let me know if there's a data card that you particularly like or want to see. I think if I want to see anything, any data card with a heavy bolter on it would make me happy, because I just want to know what a heavy bolter does. Anyways, guys, thanks for being so nice and so supportive and so cool over the internet. It's really blown me away. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, I'll see you around.